Just waiting for people to join. This is number 2 of the series. I hope series. Hello, how are you? Can you hear me? I don't think I can hear you. I can hear you barely, like very, very, very low.
Now?
Yeah, I can hear you a bit better now. Am I all loud and clear?
Yeah.
I can hear you if you say something.
Words?
Yeah, can you turn it up a little bit? You're very, very low.
Now?
We're getting there, yeah. You're just gonna have to deal with shoving your mic in your face every time you want to speak.
Yeah.
So, how's it going?
Good. Yeah. Guess it's just me and you.
No, I think more people will come.
Do they just show up at the bottom?
Yes, I believe so. You're Moviesperg, right?
Yes.
Alright. Well, let's just start off already. So, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. You, just so we can confirm one more time, you can hear me good,
What?
right?
Hey, wait, off? Off?
Oh, we're new visitor.
Off? Is this the actual off this time?
So the one and only. If you're speaking right now, we can't hear you.
Come brush your teeth.
All right.
Oh, I think it's off.
It doesn't really matter that much, anyways. He'll come. I think he's just getting his mic set up. He'll be with us shortly. But before we keep on going, I sound good, right? Like you understand me clearly?
Yes.
Awesome. So
Yeah, if you're wondering why I showed up for only a second to last, for a second last time, I just realized I was really, really tired. And yeah, I wouldn't really mind listening. Oh,
what's that? What happened?
just a second.
Oh, okay. Cause I saw that you came to the last one, but I just couldn't hear you over the music because it was so loud.
Yeah, you have it turned off now.
I have it at as low as possible. I don't think it's even audible right now.
Yeah, at least I learned something from the first time.
Yeah, you gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet, you know?
Yeah, and maybe not have it in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Only one person showed up, so I had to do text to
Yeah,
speech.
yeah, I know those fake interviews.
Yeah, they're a little fun for me. I guess in hindsight they were a little cringe, but at the time it was kind of fun. You got your mic fixed up, AFW? I guess because I was only recording the audio for this whole thing, but since you got your webcam on, I guess it's best to record uh the whole Google Hangouts thing, right?
Oh, what you got?
Oh no, you just turn it off, but it's fine. I'll just keep on recording the audio.
Yeah, just the audio.
I drew the last like the image that went over the audio. So I guess it's time to draw another one.
Yep.
I've always been curious how did you get the name Moviesperg? Because I think there's some history behind it, right?
Yeah. When I pretty much pretty much more autistic than I am now, and about the movie, somehow over analyzing, think it was gonna totally suck. Then, no, no one Anon came along. Then I quote, "I'm gonna call you Moviesperg. Fuck you, Moviesperg." At the time, I didn't even realize it was an insult.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, so I took it.
You transformed what they used against you as like your own apparatus.
Yeah, I ended up dropping it after after the first WrestleFag invasion. That kind of made my autistic rage.
Mm.
Yeah, and I pretty much realized I did a lot of cringe.
Yeah, I think we all do a little cringe, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember when I started to get a more open mind for the movie. When the redesign was first done, found around that time, and then everybody started getting suspicious.
What were they suspicious about?
How I suddenly changed my opinion at the drop of the hat. Now that Sonic actually looked like Sonic.
I think that's pretty reasonable, right? I mean, everyone can change their opinions.
Yeah. And besides, hey, the old design, nothing compared to cats.
Yeah. You went off about cats a lot back then. I remember.
Yeah, that too. But it deserved everything it got.
Was it actually like a bad movie, or because I never saw it?
Let's just say it's very unique. Just go in knowing nothing about what happens in it. It's especially weird if you experience sober.
Mm. Is AFW just gonna sit there menacingly, or is he gonna talk? It's fine. It's just you and me, Moviesperg. That's all we need.
Yeah, you probably get a bit more mileage out of me.
You're very adaptable, you know.
Yeah.
You're probably like, because I came to sthg pretty recently, and you're like the first. I think you were the first name fag that I saw. So you have my
Hey.
yeah.
Oh, hey, it's the guy. It's the guy from the first one.
Yeah, it's me.
It's him.
Yeah, it's me from yesterday. The only person who appeared on the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, you could say that 3 other people appeared.
Yeah, Lizuka, Off, and I guess Moviesperg.
Yeah, but it's the real one this time. It's a real one.
Oh, I know Lizuka. So who is the real one? The real one you are the. So what were you talking about? What were you all talking about?
Just Moviesperg and his relevance to
Oh.
STHD history.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but yeah, there's so much cringe to go through.
Do you all have hope for Sonic 2 for the next big Sonic game?
I do. I mean,
I mean, you can't do worse than Forces. Forces was literally bottom of the barrel.
Yeah,
mm,
yeah, probably would have helped if they spent way less than 2 years in fucking pre-production, and 2 if they didn't have that
Well,
so
let's just hope
if they didn't have
let's
such
just
a
hope they
ridiculously ambitious plot for just a low budget game. Yeah, and they pretty much did the 06 thing with with trying
You
to
think
make it more hype
you-
than it actually is, except this time the game functioned.
you think the next Sonic game you'll be able to play as someone other than Sonic?
Yeah.
Sega must know people want to play as other characters. There's no way Sega doesn't know this.
Hoping at least Tails in some kind of multiplayer mode at least.
Oh yeah, multiplayer mode like Sonic and the Secret Rings party mode. That would be pretty cool.
or the multiplayer in a Shadow the Hedgehog.
Tails even playable even like for a few minutes at all.
I was playing Sonic and the Secret Rings this morning. My God, Sonic and the Secret Rings controls is so fucking. I don't know how to describe it. It's primitive. The controls of that game, I can't stand it. Like I was playing a mission where you had to rescue Knuckles. I literally couldn't finish the mission because the controls are so fucking dog shit.
Yeah. I mean, this has kind of been the trend for really, I guess, I don't know, it's really debatable when it started.
About the Sonic and the Secret. Yeah, I kind of want to play Sonic and the Black Knight, see if it's any better than Secret Rings. I heard good things about that game.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably. Yeah, I think mostly I heard about the story.
Yeah, I mean, it was the last time Sonic games had an actual story.
Or a story that fit its budget.
Yeah. Why did Off disable his microphone?
He wasn't talking, and it was just his like kid in the background. So.
Oh, I know.
Being
the dick he usually is.
I think
I
he's
know.
just lurking.
I don't think that was.
Shouldn't he be right now beating his kids or something?
All right, let's chill out. Let's relax.
Yeah. So we're gonna have podcasts every week. So Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday, yes.
Yeah.
I put that in the OP.
You did?
Yeah.
It was you who wrote the OP about talking about the podcast every week. So it was you, Moviesperg.
Yep.
I know. So some time ago, a month ago, sometimes there would be someone who would post a whole lot of Sonic fetish pictures. Was it you?
Maybe.
I know you're into that kind of stuff. So it was you. A lot of Sonic strange Sonic pictures. So it was you. I knew it.
Yeah.
not that I have anything against you. Everyone has their fetishes and their own personal things. And I just wanted to know if it was really you.
Yeah, it was me.
You must not remember me, but sometimes I posted a picture of me playing some Sonic game, and then I asked what Sonic game was everyone playing. One time you answered me. You posted a picture of your notebook. You said that you were playing Sonic CD. You remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I got Sonic CD in a Humble Bundle.
You're talking about the Steam Sonic pack.
Yeah, the Humble Bundle from last year.
Yeah, one of the things I was wanting to talk with people yesterday, that if more people showed up, was I wanted to know what is, mm, I don't, how do I say it? What is your favorite special stage in the series?
The one from the 3D Blast Genesis, probably just for the music.
Oh, my favorite special stage has to be the Sonic Colors DS special stage.
Mm.
You ever tried them?
No, I never played Sonic Riders or Sonic Colors.
Oh, you never played those games?
No. But I did play Sonic 2, and I used to like that special stage because it was the easiest for when I was small.
The half pipe, the half pipe special stage. Oh, yeah, the Sonic Colors DS special stage is like a better version of the half pipe. You have a bigger draw distance, so you can see what's coming ahead of you, and they're very fast paced.
Mm.
I'll say this: Sonic Colors DS is better than the Wii version. That's my opinion. I played the Wii version some 2 months ago. I didn't really like it. Most of the stages were just 2D sections, and the game was overall pretty slow for a boost game. It was pretty slow. Sonic moved compared to Unleashed Generations. Sonic moved pretty slow in that game.
Well, yeah, why they just call it 2.5D, because that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, maybe it was the frame rate because it played at 30 FPS. I don't know. Even the boost mechanic felt different from the one in Unleashed or Generations. Well, but it's still better than Sonic Forces.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Forces wasn't like.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible, but it was just so disappointing.
Yeah, it was really lame.
They really couldn't change the final boss fight. Just a rehash of the Sonic Colors final boss. Speaking of bosses, do any of you guys like the Sonic Colors bosses? I didn't find them particularly interesting.
Never played it, so I can't speak.
Like four bosses. Like there's the two bosses at least that have other bosses that are entirely like them. Like how should I say? For example, in the first area of the game, you face one of the boss of that area is later, I don't know, rehashed in another area. But I don't. Yeah. So sorry for my English. My English is not very good.
I mean, I think you speak well.
I learned to speak English through video games.
Mm.
Yeah, like when I was 10 or 12, I started learning English from playing video games.
Yeah, isn't that the best way? Is through media.
Yeah, but my English is pretty well advanced. At least I can read things in English and understand it perfectly. In the sense of reading, I can read English perfectly, but in the sense of speaking English. My English vocabulary is very limited. No, not as so limited, but I don't know how to speak very well.
Yeah. Well, I think I confirm it. You speak pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like my voice isn't strange or anything.
I mean,
Because
you have an accent, but there's nothing. I wouldn't call it like strange. Like I can understand.
oh,
I can
I
understand
see.
perfectly.
I see. What if any of you play the adventure games? What would you say that is the best one? Adventure One or Adventure Two?
Two.
Two. I never played two. Two. I only played one on my. I played Adventure DX on my Wii. I'm I'm gonna try playing Sonic Adventure 2 when I can get a hold of my computer because
Ah,
my computer is like not working right now. I'm gonna how should I say?
yeah,
I'm gonna send it to
I
yeah
started the
yeah.
adventure
I can
one
access my computer
a bit
right now and
bit
uh,
back, but I kind of stopped because there was something up with my PS4 controller I was using, and it was making the camera spin endlessly every time I stopped moving. So I think of it, I should probably try and figure that out sometime in the future.
so you have played the adventure games, Moviesperg.
Yeah, that's a bit of the first one so far.
You only played Adventure One so far.
Yeah, just a bit of it.
You is do you find it hard or something?
It's not hard. It's just the weird thing that makes that my camera
You're talking
spins.
about the camera, the game's camera.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's just some kind of glitch that makes the camera spin endlessly every time I stop moving.
Oh, I didn't have much of a problem with the game's camera. Whenever the camera got stuck,
But
I just paused the
yeah,
game and put it into free camera mode.
yeah, it didn't seem to be a problem when I was using the keyboard, but it was much easier to use it with my controller. But if I use my controller, then
But you use a GameCube controller to play it or
the PS4, I'm using it on Steam.
oh you're using on Steam. I'm sorry. I played Adventure One through my Wii with a GameCube controller.
Yeah, also I was kind of using, the mods that make it look like the original version.
Oh, you were using the Dreamcast conversion mods.
Yeah, come to think of it, maybe that might something to do with it. Maybe not. I'm not sure.
I see.
Hmm.
How should I say it? What we're talking about Sonic games?
I'm
Moviesperg,
sorry, you're
what is
fading away
your
here.
favorite?
Hey, thing.
Uh, sorry. Like I was saying, what is your favorite Sonic game, Moviesperg?
Weird choice. Uh, weird choice. Spinball. That's pretty much the one I played the most. The PS2 Mega Collection Plus.
Oh, Mega Collection Plus. You don't know how much time I spent on this game, especially Sonic 3. My on my PS2, my save file has the 36 hours spent on Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah, I had that. Yeah, I had that game for something like I had that and my game for like 12 years now, and it took me like but it didn't beat one of those games until like last year when I finally beat Sonic 1 with all the emeralds.
Oh, you beat Sonic 1 on what platform?
On the Mega Collection plus PS2.
Oh, I see. So, you, how about you, Sonic? You, the maker of this podcast.
Oh yeah,
Well, what is your favorite Sonic game?
yeah. It's got to be 102% Sonic Riders. I like.
Sonic Riders.
Yeah, if like I had to, that was the only game I played for the next million years, I
Yeah,
would be
I
happy.
I, I, like I like this game a lot too. One of the only things I have to dislike about this game is the lack of playable characters. Just they're way too like the playable characters are only the main cast, Rouge, Cream, and Shadow, and then you just have. And then you have the Sega characters, the Sega characters like Knights and Amigo, and the rest are just two Eggman robots, one being a copy of the other.
Yeah, and
Like
then
they really could have put more effort into make more characters in the game, like Metal Sonic.
yeah. The thing is,
I
I think
I
that's true,
prefer
but
hon-
it's just that.
honestly, but honestly, I prefer Zero Gravity.
Hey,
Really.
Yeah,
remember.
it has a better cast of playable characters, and I like the tracks more than the first Riders.
Yeah, I never played Gravity,
Yeah,
so
hey, I remember. I remember renting Zero Gravity from Blockbuster on the PS2 way back in the day. Well, I was way more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
well,
too
well,
played it on the PS2.
yeah, well, I was way more shit at games then. Well, so I really didn't make it that far. Ditto Shadow the
Oh, you didn't?
Hedgehog.
Oh, Shadow the Hedgehog. You may not how should I say? You may not share my opinion, but I honestly kind of like Shadow the Hedgehog, the game.
oh yeah, I
I
enjoy it
mean,
too.
I like the dark and gritty atmosphere the game has. Like some of the locations from Sonic Adventure 2, you revisit them, like Prison Island. I just like the game's levels. They're not that long. They're not too short, and I don't see much of a problem with the chaotic mission structure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I was raised on it.
I mean, it has better controls than Sonic Heroes. I just can't play Sonic Heroes. The controls are so slippery in that game. You have to play the game with four different teams in the same playthrough to unlock the final story. The special stages control like shit. I don't like Sonic Heroes. I always prefer Shadow the Hedgehog, but then that must be because I always play the PS2 version of Heroes. I'll try to play the GameCube version someday. See
Yeah,
if it's
I
any
played it
better.
all on PS2 as well, so which I recently found out wasn't the right way to play
Yeah,
it.
I started playing the GameCube version of Shadow the Hedgehog. It's such an improvement over the PS2 version. It plays at 60 frames per second. There's almost no slowdown. Well, I'll just stand by that. I like Shadow the Hedgehog. Better than some. On my opinion, it's better than some of the modern games. I'll say that. It's
Well,
better than some of these
that isn't a
modern
high
games.
standard.
Like 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 the level design is actually cohesive. You don't go into straight lines. Like yeah, the special the no the stage the level design may not be that great, but it's better than the level design in the Boost games. That's for sure.
Mm. I think. Do you think anyone else is going to join, or is it just the
Well,
four?
I don't see anyone else other than us four. It's like is it like off? Is it really off on the podcast?
Yeah, I'm
Like
pretty.
he's listening to? Is it's him?
Yeah, I think I. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He just wants attention. Don't give him the attention he wants.
I don't know if that, I don't. I think he's just here because it's sthg.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's good for attention.
Yeah, he started posting on sthg yesterday, and then he started Flame War about Tempest and Sonic Universe. His off is literally the campaigners of Legacy.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, you didn't really know if that was AFW back when it was posting about Tempest.
Yeah, but he's not a very nice guy. Off, I'm saying. Well, he's not a
I
very
hear that
nice
so
guy.
much, but I've never even heard him speak before. Like I keep on hearing that he's like such a terrible person, but I have no idea what
Yeah,
he's actually like.
you don't know you don't know he literally beats his kids. You don't know that.
I really don't think that's true. Like
I braced her some shit poster made
But
up.
but he admitted on Discord that he beats his kids. He admitted.
but you
He
have to
admitted on
understand that like
Discord.
people thought that I actually had AFW and Slashy on there on like the first episode because I just said it.
Oh,
So like him
oh,
saying that he does those things, it's pretty much equivalent.
yeah, yeah. But so this off guy on the podcast is just gonna keep listening to us, or is he gonna join the conversation?
Wait, his mic. His mic just came off. His mic
The
just
dead
came off.
speak.
Oh,
Hi.
oh, he just joined. Uh,
Imagine TTS just starts playing.
is so is off now talking to us, or he
Yeah, well, I'm hearing something from him. Something.
because I can hear anything. I don't hear him. Hello?
Yeah, we're just listening to see if we can hear anything from his microphone because it's unmuted now.
Yeah, ignore him. He just wants attention. Don't give him, like I said, don't give him attention.
Oh,
So is nobody else going to join?
no, I don't think so. I guess. I mean, we added two
Oh,
from
well.
going back
Oh
5 hours,
yeah.
but it's all right.
At least it's better than yesterday. At least it's better than yesterday. It's not just you and me talking. At least Moviesperg joined today.
Been way more productive.
Yeah, I think that if we continue having podcasts, there will be more people with each one, more people willing to join. If we manage to get people interested in the podcast, like when you post this podcast on YouTube, people are gonna see it, are gonna hear it, and they will know that Moviesperg join the podcast, and they will want to. In next podcast, people will want to join, and so they can talk to Moviesperg. I mean,
I mean,
this,
everyone wants to talk to Moviesperg, you know.
yeah. Yes, when people hear it, they're gonna get interested in the podcast. So there are people that want to talk to Moviesperg.
How about now?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, it's
I
up.
had the microphone on my headset switched off. I keep forgetting it has its own switch.
Is it you all?
You kind of sound rednecky.
Well, that's probably because I'm kind of rednecky. I'm pretty sure that's a well-established fact by now.
Rednecky is it's his own kind of thing.
Yeah. So yeah, backing the conversation up a little bit, since I tried to respond to it earlier, and apparently my mic was off. Like the dude who started the call pointed out, if you believe that even half of the posts claiming to be me are from me, or if you believe even half of the rumors about me that get posted in the sthg threads are true, then that demonstrates a very severe lack of cognitive reasoning on your own part.
But what do you have to say about your Twitter posts where you in your fight with Dillian Thomas, the guy who tried to I don't know.
What about it? I mean, what do you think you know about it? So I can tell you how that situation's turned out, because that's something that does get brought up a lot. I don't see what it has to do with sthg.
I didn't mean to make you angry. Forget about it, guys. Forget about it, man.
I'm not angry, dude. I just told me to tell you what you think you know about the situation.
Yo, there's no need to be this aggressive. I mean,
do I seem like I'm being aggressive?
It's not what you think. It's not what you think. Chill down, man.
Hang on. Give me 2 seconds to talk, my dude. Give me 2 seconds to talk, my dude. You asked me about the Dillian situation. I ain't got no problem talking about that. I'm asking you, what do you think you know about it, so I know what I need to explain? I'm not being aggressive.
Well, I just saw some people talk on the threads about your fight with Dillian Thomas. I didn't know anything about it. I just wanted to point out.
Yeah,
I wanted to, if it was really you, I wanted to see what. I wanted you to explain the situation to me, because I know nothing about it. I know nothing about it.
Just like about 2 minutes ago, you said you saw posted in the threads that I'm a child abuser, and you just got through talking about it like it was an absolute fact. Yeah, okay, I get it.
Obviously,
because I did not know you like, dude, just chill out, man, chill out.
You've been talking shit this whole time about me, and now that I'm actually talking back, you're telling me to chill out.
Dude, you're getting mad about nothing, man. Well, if you're so mad about people trash talking about, why don't you prove it that you didn't do anything of this? You never come with any proof that you didn't do, like.
I mean, come on. Let's listen. I mean,
no. Let him go ahead. Let him talk. I want to hear it. Go ahead.
Oh man, there's no need to be aggressive.
See, he keeps saying that. Have y'all noticed he keeps saying that? He was talking this whole time. You know, he wanted to ask me questions. He wanted to know if I was the real me. And now that I'm here and I'm telling him, okay, go ahead, dude, ask your questions. What do you want to know? He keeps saying that I'm being aggressive and doesn't want to talk anymore. Am I the only one that's noticed that? You tell me.
As always, once off joins the conversation, it devolves into a flame war. Okay. As always. I'm leaving the podcast. I don't want to talk to this shithead anymore.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Okay.
So I guess he doesn't want to ask me any questions now that I joined the conversation, so I could talk to him. Okay.
Then Dylan help leak legacy. Help someone leak legacy.
Did who do what now?
Dylan help leak legacy.
No. Dylan didn't help leak legacy. It was a totally different YouTuber, like over a year ago. Somebody that was originally part of the legacy team, like before I ever even joined. And he started some stuff, and there was a big falling out. Like I said, it was before I ever even joined the team. So I'm not, I don't know what exactly happened, but he ended up leaving the project. But he still had access to all their documents and all their information and stuff. So after he left the group, he made a YouTube video bashing the group and like released all the work in progress pictures, all the concept art, all the storyboards and scripts that they've been working on, stuff like that. But that wasn't Dillian. That was a totally different guy.
So when did Dillian come in with his beef against Legacy?
Okay. So where Dillian came in is the guy who leaked all the stuff. Him and Dillian were kind of like internet friends for a while. They made videos together, and this other guy, and his name that he goes by is Jesse Pajamas. He was making videos as Legacy was releasing new issues coming out. The first 4 in particular, the Jesse Pajamas guy would make videos about him, basically ridiculing him, making fun of him. Oh, their character's a Mary Sue. This comic's so dumb. Blah blah blah. And Dillian, being one of his friends, he just like he sat in on some of the videos. They weren't his videos, but he was invited by Jesse to be, on the videos, because at the time they were like, big internet buddies and, working together and doing stuff. But Dillian and the Jesse Pajamas guy actually had their own falling out. The Jesse Pajamas guy has like ghosted. Like nobody's seen or heard from him in months. He hasn't posted anything new. I don't know what his story was. I don't know where he went. I'm not involved with him or anything. But like Dillian even says that he doesn't want anything to do with the guy anymore. Like they had a big falling out. He's just like, F that dude, whatever, I'll do my own thing. But yeah, no, what happened between me and Dillian was, He came to our server. He came to the Legacy server, and asked us if we wanted to promote his comic, because he's actually got his own fan comic that him and his girlfriend and another person or two work on, called The Drifting Edge. I
know this part to you.
He came to our server. He asked if we would if we would sponsor, or like promote or advertise his comic or whatever. And all of our staff got together and we had a big staff meeting about it, and we kind of decided, we're like, we really don't want to promote, this guy. Like several of us like the comic. I like the comic. I like the art. It's for a fan comic. It's not too bad or whatever. But we just decided, huh?
Yeah, he was a dude.
Well, we just decided that we didn't want to promote his comic based on the other stuff that he was involved with. But anyways, so what happened was Dillian, in true, in Dillian style, he took the screenshot of us saying we didn't want to promote, his comic, and he took it to social media, and just shit posted. Oh, these guys at Legacy, they got double standards. They bend the rules for whoever they want. They got AWF on their team and he does porn. Ooh, it's so bad. And instead of just ignoring it, instead of just being like, look at this guy, whatever, and going on about my business, I responded to it. And everything just spiraled out of control from there. I'm not going to go into the whole, like, detailed story of what happened, but Dillian did some dumb stuff. I did some dumb stuff. Some other people did some dumb stuff. But it eventually got to the point where other people, not even me or anyone from Legacy or Dillian or anyone from his group, basically a third-party individual got involved that just wanted to instigate the problem for his own amusement. So like a professional shit poster. He got involved and he kept escalating the drama just for his own amusement. And it reached the point where even Dillian, we got in contact with Dillian, he got in contact with us, and me and Dillian and the other members of staff at the Sonic Legacy comic, we all kind of got together at the same time and was like, look, this is going on long enough. This is going too far. People are starting to take, this shit posting too far. So we all just kind of agreed, like, look, that's it. That's it. We're done with this. So, you know, as a matter of fact, Dylan Thomas, you know, people still bring it up like it's still going on or something like that, but he has actually rejoined the Legacy server. He's been in the Legacy server for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks now. He's posted his art. He's posted you know, like information about his comic that he's working on. You know, again, we're still not technically promoting it, but if he wants to talk about it, you know, that's perfectly fine. We don't stop anybody from talking about their own projects as long as, you know, they abide by the rules of the server. So like all the drama, all the shit posting, all the arguing that everybody wants to talk about, oh, Dylan Thomas and Legacy, they're trying to cancel each other. Oh, there's all this fighting. It's been over for like almost a month. And people still want to act like it's going on.
Yeah, you basically made up somewhat.
Yeah, we're not like all like best friends or anything now. You know, we don't play Fortnite, you know, together or anything. You know, we don't get in voice chats all the time and like, oh, hey dude, what's up? Yeah, let's hang out. You know, it's not anything like that, but it's basically like a mutual respect. Dylan's not making fun of us anymore. We're not doing anything to Dylan. You know, we've all just kind of been like, okay, you do your thing, we'll do our thing, and we'll just get along. You know.
So it's an armistice.
Yeah, we're being adults about it. That's what it is.
Yeah, SSC just wants to soak drama because reasons.
Yep.
Yeah, no news probably makes them do crazy shit.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, all the videos that got posted on YouTube, and see, Dylan wasn't the only one that posted them. Several other like relatively well-known YouTubers in the Sonic or whatever community have also posted videos. Some of them are better than others. Some of the more recent ones that have come out are just full of just like obvious misinformation, you know, just like they weren't even trying to do their research. They just made a video about the subject for views. Like one guy actually claims in his video that I not only started the Sonic Legacy project, but that Tempest is my OC that I personally created. Both of which are like absolutely wrong. I didn't even know about the Sonic Legacy group until after they had already released their first issue. So you know, it's one of those cases where people try to jump on the drama for views, and you know, they don't care whether they're telling the truth or not, because they know people like the other fellow who was just in the chat, you know, will believe anything they hear without doing any research. You know, which if nobody else has anything to say, this is why I wasn't, you know, in any hurry to jump on mic. I've got a really, really, really bad problem of rambling. So if anybody else has anything to say, just, you know, speak up and I'll stop and take a breath for a second.
No, if you weren't rambling, it would just be silence. So.
You think the lack of news is probably why SSG keeps stoking drama and stuff like that?
We'll see. The way we look at it, is we have nothing to prove to anybody, especially not to sthg. It's a 4chan thread. It's, you know, I'm not saying the whole thread is bad. There are some very good people. There's some very honest people that post in sthg, and you know, like all the props in the world to them. Like Moviesperg, he ain't bad. He's got some quirks. He's weird. We pick on him a lot. Moviesperg is in several Discord servers with me.
Moviesperg is here. He's the one that's talking.
Yeah. I know. That's why I'm using him as an example. As a matter of fact, when he was posting in the threads, I'm the one that got in contact with him. I'm like, hey, dude, I got this Discord server. You want to join it? You know, it's a Sonic based Discord server. It's adult themed. We'll just say that. But he's joined it. He's been in it for a while. You know, he's seen conversations. You know, he knows that we're not like, you know, awful people. We have our limits. I guess I'll say that. But yeah, no. Like all the crap that gets brought up in sthg, all the shit posting, all the rumors and stories, and you know, just outright lies that people tell. Anybody that's ever associated with me, you know, and like actually had conversations with me, again, that's why I'm using Moviesperg as example, because he's been in contact with me, you know, for I don't know what, probably a couple months now, going on a year. I can't even remember when I invited you to the server. But 90% of the stuff that they say about me is probably untrue, and the other 10% is an exaggeration.
I mean, maybe I have a question. This may be me just be asking, like, this may be equivalent to me asking, like, why people lie on the internet. But was there anything that you maybe did that, like, started your reputation?
Oh yeah. No, definitely. Okay. So years ago, I used to lurk the sthg threads. I'm talking about back when they were in the hundreds. I want to say like 300 or 400s was when I remember really first being on the threads or whatever. And I was on them for a while. I lurked. I made a few comments, but I wasn't big into the Sonic fandom. Like, I hadn't played a lot of the games. I hadn't read the comics. I was there because I thought the characters were cute, and people would post. Back then there were a lot more artists in the threads than there are now. So there was like constantly new art. New art of the characters, OC stuff like that. So the sthg threads were one of the several threads that I would frequently check on, not because I was so much like into that fandom, but I like the art. I wanted to save the art. The characters were cute. People were drawing all this stuff. So I was like, yeah. So, but after a while, I kind of got into other things. I quit checking on the threads or whatever. Well, after, I don't know, a year or two, something like that, I came back to the threads. Well, by this time, I had ended another project I had been working on for several years. The story that I'm working on now is not the first big project I've ever worked on. But I didn't go by this same name way back then, and I'm kind of leading into that. If I could, stop chasing rabbit trails here for a second. But I ended up coming back to the threads. I had basically kind of like gotten into the fandom a little bit. A friend of mine in real life had come over, and he was talking about this Sonic game that was coming out, and this was actually like right around the time of the comics cancellation, just a couple years ago or whatever. And he was talking about
I think the guy came back. So.
Oh, wait a second. Fuck Wall. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Hold on. Stop.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Hold on.
Fuck you child beating bastard. Fuck you.
Hold on.
Yeah, just because I called you out on being a child beating bastard, you start shit talking to me.
Hold on.
Like you're some kind of god. Fuck you.
Hold on. I don't know. Can we talk about this? Okay, I think he's gone.
Did he? Oh man, I was gonna say Ho's mad.
No, we can't be doing that.
Looks like that child beating bastard is still there.
Yeah.
No,
Is he back?
Hold on. Before you go.
I bet sometimes you just seem to start.
Bye everyone. I'm gonna be back to the next podcast. Hopefully without this child beating bastard there.
I'll see you Friday.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, child beating bastard.
Have a good weekend. Okay. Anyways, where were we? Water meet the ducks back. So yeah. My friend had come over, and he was talking about the Sonic comics. He's like, "Oh man, you ever heard of the Sonic the Hedgehog comics?" And I was kind of like, "Yeah, I've heard of them." Again, I wasn't like big into them or anything like that. And he's all like, "Oh man, they got canceled, and it was the longest running video game based comic in history, and it ran for like 20-something years, and da da da." And then I got to thinking, I was like, I remember this 4chan thread where people used to talk about the comic all the time. So that's when I got like back into it. So I started coming back to the threads for a while. I lurked for a while. I kind of got caught up on things. But anyways, I found out that there was a Discord server. Well, I had recently started using Discord, so I was like, "Hey, yeah, hit me up. Let me get a link to that or whatever." But anyways, no. I started working on my.
this was before the resentment of the Discord server, right?
Yeah. I actually started writing before I joined the Discord server. So what had happened was I was big into Pokemon, and I was getting back into the Sonic fandom. I had actually started reading the comics. Again, I didn't play the games because at the time I didn't have a lot of gaming systems. I still all I have is a 3DS and a PS4, so I don't have access to a lot of games. But I was reading wiki articles, I was watching YouTube videos, I was getting into all that stuff. So I was starting to learn enough about it. And like I said, my previous writing project that I had been working on for about 2 or 3 years, I had wrapped up. So I was like, well, shit, I'm going to start writing, something new. And I literally flipped a coin over whether I wanted to write something Sonic related or Pokemon related. And it landed on, it ended up going Sonic. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna write a Sonic story, but I'm like, what kind of story, could I write? So of course, my dumbass being my dumbass, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna write like a harem story. I'm gonna write a story about some dude that like shags all the female Sonic characters. So I thought about it for a little while, and I kind of got a story in my head. And one day I went to the threads, and I'm like, hey, threads. I'm like, I've been thinking about writing this Sonic story. It's gonna be, it's gonna be adult themed. It's gonna be a fat fic. It's gonna be about this human guy that meets the Sonic characters, and he bangs all the females. It's just gonna be one of those kind of stories. And the first reply I got was, "Get the fuck out of here, you autistic right fag." And I went, you know what? That's what I'm gonna call myself. I did just like Moviesperg did. They called me a name, picking on me, shit posting, and I just kind of went, yeah, no, that's cool. That's what I'm gonna go by. So that's how that got started. So yeah. I joined the Discord. There was a lot of resentment from some members right off the bat. Again, the Discord, just like the threads, not everybody in the Discord was bad. There were, I don't know if there still are, I'm sure most of them are still there. There were a lot of really good people in that server, a lot of really smart people. A lot of people I'm still in contact with. Kez, aka Bad Comic Anon, who used to post regularly in the threads. He's actually joined the Legacy Comics staff, so he's in the Legacy server now, where me and him are actually working on an issue of Sonic Legacy together. So that's cool. So, several other of the quote main members who people would know him if you said their name in the threads would be Lolly. He's in several other Discord servers with me. He's a really good guy. He's Russian, so our schedules kind of don't line up sometimes, so I don't talk to him as much as I'd like to. But he's just real friendly, real nice, real good guy. Poodle Dude, Shattered World Crisis, SWC, he goes by a lot. He's real. He knows a lot about the Sonic lore. I've gone to him asking questions about the comics and stuff before. We're trying to get him to audition for a writing role on Sonic Legacy, but he says he's got other stuff to work on, and he doesn't have the time for another project. But SWC, if you're listening to this, you need to audition, dude. So yeah.
Oh yeah, Sonic Legacy. How's that XU6 coming?
I'll address that in a second. So anyways, what happened was I joined this server, and most people were just neutral towards me. To most people, I was just another guy in the server, whatever. Some people were interested in my story, and interested in my opinion, stuff like that. But there were some people who just straight up didn't like me. One of the first things I got asked is, if you never played the games and you never read the comics, why are you here? So of course my answer was, well, that I think the characters are cute. So of course I got labeled a waifu fag. Again, this was like almost 3 years ago that I got back into all this stuff. So I was. I tried to own it. I tried to wear it. I became the meme. Like they're like, oh, well, you're just a waifu fag. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I like all the waifus. And that's, you still see people say stuff like that occasionally in the threads from time to time. That I'm only in the series because I like the waifus, and I'm not going to argue that I don't. That's obvious. But it's like, that was just the foot through the door for me. You know, the cute characters like Sally Acorn and, you know, a lot of the other Archie Comics characters, you know, like Bunny and all that. You know, it's that was the draw. That's what got me like interested in it. But, you know, I've read all of the comics now. I've what games I haven't been able to play myself, I've watched YouTube videos on, or I've watched my friends stream a lot of them. You know, I have read pages and pages and pages of lore on like wiki articles. I've actually contacted the official artists, Adam Tavis, Evan Stanley. Hang on, I always say his name wrong, and everybody picks on me for that. It's not Ian Flynn, it's Ian. There we go. Okay, I always say that wrong. You know, I've messaged them via like Discord or Twitter or whatever, you know, social media outlet to like ask questions about the characters. Because yeah, I'm writing a story that's you know, it's basically a porn story, but I still like want to put effort into it. I want to get all my facts straight. So, you know, I've put all this research, you know, into my little project, you know, for whatever reason I'm doing it. But people are still like, well, he's not a real Sonic fan because he's just here for the waifus. You know, it's like, you know, you can't say anything to people like that. You know, if they don't like that I'm into the series because of why I'm into the series, then, you know, that's just their problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was being 100% honest. I guess, you know, I'm 18, so I grew up with the heroes in the shadow. I never played the adventure, so
I played the classics. You know, back in the day, I'm old as hell, dude. So I played the classics on the Genesis. I played 1, 2, you know, Sonic 3, Knuckles. I played some of the ones on the Game Boy Advance, you know, but by the time like the Dreamcast, by the time the Adventure era came out, by the time Sonic made the transition into 3D, I had, you know, kind of stopped playing. So I had to get caught back up on all that. Again, when I was reading through the comics, you know, and I started getting to the arcs like based on adventure, you know, people are like, oh yeah, that's the adventure arc, you know, that's one of the games. Well, I had to go, you know, of course, get on YouTube and watch a playthrough of the games. So I'm reading the comics, you know, alongside watching the gameplay, and you know, it's like I can see where it's based on the game, but you know, this thing quite the same, you know. So I started learning that there's a difference between, you know, comic lore and game lore and stuff like that.
Yeah, with comics, there's a lot of artistic interpretation.
Yeah. So you oh, let me address movies. I don't want to say spurge on a video that's going to go up on YouTube. Yeah, I know me politically correct.
Wait, that Berg lost of time already.
It feels weird coming out of my mouth, actually saying it out loud. You know, all of a sudden I say it out loud and I'm like, ooh. But you mentioned issue 6. All I can say about that is what I was told, because I actually asked about issue 6 this morning. We were trying to have it out by the end of this month. But I think what happened is there's a couple pages left that haven't been colored yet. So I think we're aiming for the first week of next month.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am too. Because even though I'm a writer on the project, I actually try to avoid reading too many of the scripts that I haven't worked on. So it's still a surprise to me when I read them. So I've been sitting here this whole time like, come on guys, hurry up and get issue 6 out. God damn. So the Sonic dude, you asked another question earlier. I'm trying to address stuff in order as I go. You mentioned the falling out between me and the Discord server. And it actually has to do with the other guy, the child abuser accusations. So what happened was, I don't even remember how long ago it was, but my son, I have several children. Two of them are small. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. At the time, I want to say he was like, oh, bless me, I've got the hiccups all of a sudden. He was about 3 years old. He had been out in the front yard playing. It was in the middle of spring. We live in the country. I've got a lot of clover that grows in my front yard, and clover attracts honeybees. So he was out in the front yard, and he happened to get stung right on his cheek, right by his cheekbone, by a honeybee. And his face swole up like a pomegranate on that side. His eye was almost swollen shut. His cheek was big and red. Now he didn't cry about it. He didn't fuss about it. Man, he just ran around playing like it was no big deal. But I mean, just from looking at him, you would have think something had happened to him. Now I took a picture him. I said, "Hey, come here, let me take a picture of you." He comes running over there. He's like, "Yeah, picture." So I took a picture of him with his face all swole up like it was. And I posted it in several of the servers, Discord servers that I had been in for a while. Two specifically, ones being the sthg server, and the other one being the SPG server, which is the Sonic Porn General server.
No.
Well, no. Here's the thing. I had been in both servers for over a year at this point. People had posted selfies before in both servers. You know, it wasn't like a big thing where people were worried about getting doxxed or having stuff posted, because it never happened. You know, even though they're quote 4chan based, you know, threads and servers, everybody in the server was so kosher, you know, and so laid back that nobody really ever had a problem, you know, sharing stuff like that before, because nothing like that happened. So what happened was, at least one person, and I myself am pretty sure I know who it was. Of course, it's one of those anonymous situations where I'll never be able to 100% prove who it was. It's just one of those things that happened. But somebody who was a member of both servers took a screenshot of the posts I made. Now, in the SPG server, in the porn server, which again, it's basically a shit posting server. We post a lot of memes. We make fun of each other. We're always haha joking. So when I posted the picture in that server of his face being all swole up, you know, I posted, I said, "Hey guys, you know, check out my kid's face." And somebody was like, "Oh, what happened to him?" You know, of course, joking around, my immediate response was, I slapped him around a little bit, you know, but then I immediately, you know, said, "Nah, I'm joking. He got stung by a bee." Okay. Well, I posted the same picture in the sthg thread. Of course, I didn't joke and say I slapped him in that one. I just said, "Man, my kid got stung by a bee. His face is all swole up. Look how, you know, he looks, you know, kind of funny." I said, "Y'all, check this out." You know, so what happened was, somebody took a screenshot of the post I made where I joked and said that I did hit him, and they cropped out the rest of the post where it only had that first line, "Oh, I slapped him around." Well, they posted that screenshot in the sthg thread and said, "Oh, look, AWF's a child abuser. He admits that he hits his kids." Okay, well, what happened was, I hadn't checked the threads all day. I don't stay on them very often. I usually check them like once in the morning and once in the evening, something like that. So by the time I had gotten around to checking the threads, that post had been deleted. You know, by mods or Jannies or whatever. That post had been deleted. The screenshot from the SPG server had been deleted, but somebody had posted a screenshot of when I posted it in the sthg server. You know, I guess trying to defend me or something, because again, I didn't see the original post. The only post I saw was the screenshot from the sthg server, which I knew came from the sthg server because that's the only other server I posted the picture in. And they're like, "Oh no, this is his kid and he got stung by a bee and blah, 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 blah." Well, when I saw a picture of my 3-year-old son posted on a 4chan thread, even though it's just a Sonic thread, it's just a video game thread, it's still 4chan. So I got upset. So I went back to the server. Again, remember, the original post from the SPG server had been deleted. I did not see that picture. So I go to the sthg thread, and they have a specific channel for getting mad in. It's called the Rant and Rave channel. It's specifically for posting stuff you're mad about. It's like a vent channel. So I go to this channel and I said, look, I said, whichever one of you motherfuckers posted that picture, fuck you. I did not blame the whole thread because I knew the whole thread didn't do it. But I knew that it was somebody in that thread. I mean, the whole server didn't do it, but I knew that it was somebody in that server. You know, I didn't know who it was, but I knew it was someone from that server. So I just said, look, I said, whoever posted that picture, fuck you, dude. That was going too far. You know, shit posting, talking shit, making fun of me for liking waifus, whatever, that's one thing. But posting a picture of my motherfucking kid in a 4chan thread, that's just bullshit. That's just going too far. So yeah, I got pissed about it and I made a big old post. Again, not blaming the whole server, just saying to whoever it was that did it, fuck you. You know, so like several people chimed in. You know, a couple people were like, "Oh, what happened?" And I told them, and you know, a couple of them were like, "Well, you know, shit poster's gonna shit post," you know, stuff like that. So you know, I quickly kind of not really got unmad, but I got it under control. I was like, "Yeah, I know. It's just when you see a picture of your kid on 4chan, you just kind of snap or whatever." Well, it was several hours later. Like several hours later, I get a DM from one of the mods, who I'd actually been in contact with for a while. Me and him were at the time what I would have considered like kind of internet friends. He had shown some interest in my story when I first started writing it. We'd messaged each other about some other stuff. So he DMs me, and he's all like, "Oh, that post that you posted in the server," you know, he was all like, you know, that's unacceptable. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? He's like, well, it was really your own fault for posting that picture. So you shouldn't be mad at anybody else because it was your own fault and you should have known better. I'm like, look, dude, I can't control everybody else on the internet. You know, somebody else did it. It's not my fault that they did it. You know.
Well, I mean, I think he was saying like, if you didn't do the thing in the original. If you didn't originally post that picture, this whole thing would have never happened. So I think that's what I was trying to say.
That's true. That's true. But that's it's the same mentality of telling a girl that gets raped she asked for it. You know.
What goes on the internet stays on the internet.
But that's true. But I didn't post it on 4chan. I posted it in a server where other stuff had been posted before. But here's my thing. I admitted that. I was like, you know what? I said, yeah, you're right. I said, you know, that's because like I said, after I posted my original post, after I posted my original rant or whatever, and several other people had chimed in and we talked about it, you know, like I said, I got over it real quick. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I posted the picture. I should have known this happened. I know there's people in this server that don't like me. You know, it's like I didn't shoot myself in the foot, but I guess I handed them the gun. So, but no, that wasn't enough. He's like, oh, you have to apologize to the whole server for your outburst. And I told him, I'm like, dude, somebody posted a picture of my kid on 4chan, and I got mad about it in the channel specifically for getting mad at stuff. He's like, well, you're blaming it on the whole server. I'm like, no, dude. He said that. He said I was taking it out on the whole server. I said, no, dude, I'm not taking it out on the whole server. I'm just pissed at the one person who did it. I don't know who that person is, but I'm still pissed at that person. And he's like, well, if you don't post an official apology in the server and they had this role that they give to people who break rules and get in trouble in the server. He's like, you have to have that role for like 2 weeks or something like that. He's like, if you don't get this punished. Yeah, he was going to give me a dunce cap. He's like, if you don't say you're sorry and wear the dunce cap, we're going to ban you. And I told him, I said, look, I'll say I'm sorry for blowing up in the server. I said, yeah, I should have, you know, controlled my temper a little more because I've got a bad problem of losing my temper and getting over it real quick. I'm like, you know, I said, I'll apologize for that. But I told him, I said, but someone posted a picture of my kid on 4chan, dude. I got pissed. I mean, come on, what do you expect to happen? And he's like, well, if you're just not going to do it, then you're banned. And they kicked me out of the server over that. So that's where I ended up getting kicked out of the server. Now, since then, over the course of however long it's been, God, I want to say it's been like a year or so since that happened. I've had several other people who were in that server or who have joined that server and since left since that happened, and they have all said that they've had similar problems, usually from the same mod, where certain people will do stuff and it's perfectly fine and it's overlooked. But then if they do something even remotely similar, it's, oh, you can't do that, you're banned. You know, there's a lot of double standards. So, you know, like, I haven't been in the server in a long time. I think somebody accused me of having like an alternate account, like lurking in the server or something, because even after I got banned from the server, screenshots from that server continued to get posted in the thread. Not about me because I was gone, but there were screenshots posted about several other members. Like I know some were posted about the Paps, the KKM guy, who's an artist that's been in that server for a while. There were even screenshots about the SWC dude that I mentioned earlier. I mean, I can't remember the specific stuff, but I remember seeing the screenshots and thinking, well, you know, that guy's still in the server causing trouble. You know, I guess he's just still at it. You know, whatever. But by that time, I had joined the Legacy server. I was in Adam Thomas's personal Discord server. I was in the SPG server still. So I was like, look, it's just one server. You know, what happened? It was stupid. Again, it was kind of like the Dillian situation. I could have done stuff better on my end. They could have done stuff better on their end. But at the end of the day, it's
Oh, your mic broke. You sound like a robot.
because I'm on my phone.
Yeah,
Yeah, can hear you.
A little better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, what I was saying was by the time all this happened, I had joined several other fairly large Sonic-based Discord servers. So when I got banned, you know, it was just a Discord server to me. You know, no love lost, no whatever. So people that are still like, huh, AWF, he's still salty about getting banned from the server. It's like, no, I'm not. You know, I'm in the Legacy server now. I'm an administrator on that project. I'm one of the administrators in the SPG server. You know, I'm in the Reddit server. I'm in several other servers. It's like, I'm not mad because I got kicked out of one server. You know, there's a million other ones out there. It's another one of those things that people in the thread, you know, another rumor that they spread, because again, you know, anyone believes it. You know, you just say something in the threads. Oh, what's the current one that got said today? So AAR, the chick that does the Sonic Reborn comic, she posted a picture of her self-insert OC, which is a dog Mobian, a dog furry, depending on what kind of art style she's using or whatever. So somebody in the thread immediately started saying, "Oh, AAR fucks dogs," and here's the thing. To most people, yeah. To most people that see that, it's just a shit post. Oh, it's just some random dude saying something stupid about somebody. But there are people out there that will see a post like that, and if they see it posted over and over and over again in every thread, they're going to eventually go, "Wow, they say it so often, it must be true." It's just like the dude a second ago. I didn't get aggressive with him. I was perfectly willing to answer any questions he had about me. But what did he do? He cussed me out. He threw a fit. He kept calling, "Oh, child abuser," and then he left. He doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't want to hear from me. He's sat in that thread for so long and seen the same lies told over and over and over again, that now that he has a chance to talk directly to me about it, he doesn't even want to.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, before you started talking, I was like, people talk so much trash about you. I've never even heard you speak, like,
Yeah.
until like an hour ago.
See, I had such a bad reputation. Let me go back to talking about the Legacy story here. So I browse, you know, the sthg threads, and I would see pictures of the character, the Tempest, the Dolphin Girl. I would see those get posted. Well, like I said, by this time I had read through the comics, so I keep seeing artwork of this character getting posted, and I thought she was a cute character. And I saw the name Tempest the Dolphin. I'm kind of asking. I'm like, look, I said, I read the comics. Who's this character? I don't know who this is, because I thought she was an official character. I thought that she was an actual Sonic character at first. I'm like, who's this chick? Is she new? Did something come out that I didn't know about?
Given how batshit crazy she is, that was pretty logical thought.
So some people told me, they're like, no, there's this fan comic called Sonic Legacy, and that's their mascot OC, and da. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I looked them up online, and I found their Twitter account or their social media or something. So I joined the server, and I'm like, hey, I'm from the sthg threads. I saw your character get posted. What's this project going on? So I got to lurking in their server, and I hung out for a little while. Well, several members of staff found out that I was a writer, and I actually have written safe for work material before. Not everything that I write is not safe for work, but it's under some of my my older internet names. So I don't share any of that old stuff anymore, because I don't want that fandom and this fandom getting mixed up and da. But anyways, I did get to talking to some of the staff, and I had shared some of my work with them before, and they read it, and I was actually contacted by the head of the project. He messaged me, and he's like, hey dude, you're a really good writer. He's like, we would love if you would audition for a writing role and become a writer on the project. And I flat out told him no. I told him, I'm like, look, dude, do you know who I am? Do you know what the Sonic community thinks of me? I told him that. I'm like, you do not want me on your project. You don't want it. And like over the course of days, even weeks, he just continued. He's like, look, dude, we don't care what they say. He told me, he's like, the 4chan thread, fuck the 4chan thread. That's not the only Sonic community out there. He said, you're a good writer. And again, like I said, he had been talking to me. He'd been associating with me. I'd been in the server for like several weeks by this time. He's like, you're nothing like what they try to say about you. You're a shit poster, but you're a pretty cool guy. So finally, I'm like, okay, if it will make you feel better, I said I'll audition. So I did. I wrote a 13-page audition script, which apparently people only usually write 3 or 4 page long audition scripts. So I didn't know that. So I wrote like a 13, 14-page long audition script. I'm like, okay, the head of the program told me to audition. Here it is, whatever. And like an hour later, I got a DM saying, dude, several people read your script and want you on the project. But I was still reluctant. I'm like, look, I don't want to join y'all's project and people start talking shit like, oh, AWF works on that project. But they assured me, it's like, look, it won't be a problem. We know you're not that bad. I don't want to call myself a good guy because I've done some dumb shit over the last few years, but I'm not as bad as they make me out. And that's what everybody said about me. They're like, you're not anything like the stories they tell. You're actually pretty chill. So I was like, okay, I'll join your project. So that's how I got into the Legacy project.
What's that noise?
Oh,
it's
is
not me.
That coming from me?
Might be.
Oh, hold on. I think I'm just gonna have to be muted.
Uh-oh, what's the noise?
My dad taking a shower.
Okay. I mean, it wasn't bothering me that bad or anything. It's just kind of in the background. So yeah. I guess that's like basically the story of AWF from then to now. Yeah, I'm writing a Sonic-based porn story. Ooh, big whoop. But I'm not like. Like all the lies they say. Oh, he just shit posts the threads to death. More often than not, I don't name fag as much as I used to. And then I reached a point where I'm like, that's kind of stupid. I should quit doing that. So I really don't do it that much anymore. Honestly, I don't remember the last time I did post under a name on 4chan. So, I lurk the threads and I post, and 90% of the time, people either don't realize it's me or don't care that it's me. It's whatever. I'm just another poster. Most of the posts that people assume get made by me aren't me. The fellow with the accent that was in here earlier, the guy who cussed me out. I have a very strong feeling. Again, it's an anonymous board, so I can't, prove anything. But I have a very strong feeling he's the guy that I've seen replying to some posts, and some posts have been mine. He has replied to some of my posts, but not all of them have been mine. Where he'll reply to a post and he's like, "Oh, you just want attention," or "You should stop responding," or "You're just getting baited," or stuff like that. Most of the time, those aren't even my posts. It's 4chan. It's easy to pretend to be someone else, especially when that someone else has such a negative reputation. Anybody can shitpost and say they're me. And people that don't like me are going to automatically believe it. People can post pictures of Tempest the dolphin and be like, oh, I'm going to fuck this dolphin. And, people will automatically assume that's me. But, I don't need to go to sthg, the thread, to post that kind of stuff. I can talk about that anywhere else I want. I'm not as big as a shit poster as they try to make me out to be. Now I did earlier today in the earlier thread. I did go on a little banter for a little while. But again, I had been posting in the thread, quote, anonymously for a while, and there was already just a shitstorm going over AAR and her Reborn comic. And of course, every time her comic gets brought up, the threads, the shit posters come out, they make fun of her, they're making fun of Slashy, they're doing whatever. So I posted one post. I don't even know what post I replied to anymore, but somebody said something and I replied to that specific post. I just said Slashy ... Because again, the shitstorm had already started. I was just throwing a match on a bonfire. I didn't light it, and what I did wasn't going to escalate it that much because it was already escalated. But he replied to me, "Oh, you're just trying to start drama," and I'm like, dude, the thread is already drama. The thread is so shit that I might as well just have a little bit of fun with it. Again, I didn't post a big wall of text. I didn't cuss anybody out. I wasn't bashing anybody's comic or making fun of anything. I just said Slashy ... Big whoop, big bad scary AWF coming to ruin your threads. So I replied to this dude about 2 or 3 times. But by the time I started replying to him, the other guy had come into the thread and started posting the comics. So that's what I said. I said, hey, look, I could sit here and shit post all night, but this dude's trying to post comics, so I'm just going to let him post his comics. And I quit posting. I refreshed the thread a couple times to see, how the comic was going, because again, I like reading through the comics, but after that, I didn't post anymore. I think I might have made a couple posts before this stream started or whatever, but yeah. So most of the time, and Moviesperg, you're still in the call, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're in the SPG thread with me. You've messaged me before. You've pinged me before over stuff getting posted. You specifically have messaged me on Discord before and been like, "Oh, if that's you saying that, do you need to stop saying that?" And I've told you before, that's not me, dude. I've shown you screenshots where it's not me posting that, So you can kind of back me up here. Not every time they say it's me posting is me posting. I'm waiting on you to back me up here, dude.
Yeah, I just realized that. Yeah, that shit poster is fooling me.
Yeah. I mean, I've done it in the past. And like the other guy, what he asked, have I done anything in the past to give him a reason to think this way about me? Yes, that is true. When I first came back, when I first started writing my story, and they quote named me, when they called me autistic right fag, I said, okay, yeah, I'm autistic right fag. You know, they called me a shit poster. So I said, okay, I'm a shit poster. Shit poster's gonna shit post. You know, and I wore that mentality for like the first year. You know, I was a shit poster. I would come to the threads. I would, you know, make fun of people. I would talk shit about stuff. I was like, ha ha ha, Sonic games are stupid. People that like Sonic are stupid. Ha ha ha. Even though I'm sitting here reading the Sonic comics, you know, making fun of myself too, I guess. You know, so for a while, you know, I did do it. You know, now I've stopped doing it. I've moved on. Basically, after joining the Sonic Legacy group, I really stopped and took a hard look at myself and how my behavior reflected the group that I was a part of. And I hate to use the term soul searching because it just sounds so hippy dippy. But I really just sat down and thought about, you know, do I want to be known as the online shit poster who just fucks threads up for fun? Or do I want to be more than that? And I really just got to the point where I was like, you know, it's not fun anymore. You know, I've got this group of people that I associate with. I'm helping work on this comic. You know, I don't want people shitting on this comic, making fun of them, making fun of their project, you know, because of my behavior. So I really just had to cut a lot of that out. And over the last year or two, I really have. Now again, that doesn't matter to some people. To some people, I will always be AWF, the Boogeyman. I will always be the bad man. I will always be the shit poster, you know. And there's nothing I can do that's going to change some people's opinions. So instead of getting upset when people make those posts, like the guy asked earlier, why don't you, if those accusations aren't true, then why don't you prove they're not true? Why bother? Who do I have to prove myself to? You know, I stopped doing that kind of stuff. I've stopped causing, you know, problems. I've stopped shit posting the threads into oblivion. But if some people don't believe that, then, you know, there's nothing I can do to convince them.
Yeah, and you don't have to prove your innocence. You're innocent until you're proven guilty, you know.
Well, in a court of law, but not the court of the internet. You know, that's the problem. That's the problem with the internet.
That's how it should be.
All it takes, and I've said this before in the threads and Discord servers. All it takes is one dedicated shit poster to ruin a whole thread. That's all it takes.
Hold on.
Now, shit, my phone is bright.
Which rule is it? Which rule is it?
Hang on a second, guys.
What? I don't know which rule it is, but I believe one is, as long as the majority is against you, you will be considered wrong.
Oh, hey, it's a new dude. When did you join?
Yeah, he was working
I'm
for a while.
I'm sorry, dude. I've been talking so long, I didn't even notice you joined. Hey, what's up, man? I'm sorry. But yeah. You're absolutely.
11.1. Anything you say, no matter how truthful or carefully picked, will be deemed wrong if a majority is against you.
Yeah. Well, you know what Adolf Hitler used to say. If you tell a lie loud enough and you tell a lie long enough, the people will believe it.
And someone's gonna claim you're a Nazi sympathizer now.
Oh, fucking shit, Moviesperg. Don't even.
I'm kidding.
No, I don't. I'm messing with you, dude. I know that ain't gonna happen. I don't even like World War II jokes. I brought that up one time in the sthg server. You know, they were joking. They were making 9/11 jokes, and they're like, oh, well, it's just Americans don't like 9/11 jokes. I bet you joke about World War II. I'm like, no, I don't. Millions of people lost their lives, and it was a horrible event in the world's history. Why would I joke about that?
Oh, speaking of that, you know that thing with the towels hoodie the other day?
Oh God, yes. The shirt, the hoodie.
Yeah, some of you don't know. Yeah, Korean Sonic fans now take offense at shirt with towels on it that look like the rising sun. Yeah, Koreans don't have pleasant memories of that flag because of World War II, and the Japanese did lots of horrible things with them.
It was
Yeah,
used
yeah.
before World War II, actually, and it did a lot before that.
Yeah, so was the swastika, but that changed as well.
Actually, I believe to the Japanese, the rising sun is more like the Iron Cross than the swastika, but to the rest of the world,
I mean, same
to the
thing.
rest of the Asians, it seems like the swastika.
Swastika, I could have sworn I saw that on the building on one of the Sonic movie set photos, and I don't think anyone noticed, but me. Yeah,
I can say with a certain level of assurity that I bet there's a lot of things you noticed about the Sonic movie that other people didn't. I mean, that's kind of your name, dude.
yeah, you might admit I probably took an insult name too far.
Well, I mean, I did the same thing. That's where I got my name, and of course, I've shortened it down to just the letters, and everybody pronounces it off now. You know, but originally that's what AWF stood for, was autistic right fag. You know, and again, over time I've started to learn. I'm like, you know, I really shouldn't call myself that. You know, it's you know, it's kind of an offensive thing, and a lot of people aren't comfortable calling me autistic right fag. So you know, I just kind of shortened it down. I'm just off now. You know.
Yeah,
Can't have awful without AWF.
Yeah, kind of like EA, but good.
Yeah, so movie dude. Again, like I said, he joined our SPG server a long time ago. So we've actually had several discussions via Discord. You know, I don't think I've ever heard you on voice chat before. You don't sound anything like what I expected you to, but you'd probably say the same thing about me. But you know, he got shat on in the threads a lot too. You know, he's very enthusiastic about the movie, obviously, that's why they named him. But you know, again, we invited him to the Discord server, and I started talking to the dude a little bit, and it's like, yeah, he's kind of weird. He's got some weird quirks, but fuck, we all do. So what? You know, he's not like a bad dude at all. As a matter of fact, people have DM'd me because, again, I'm a mod in that server. They've actually DM'd me before and been like, "Oh, we need to kick this guy out. He's just so weird, and all he talks about is the fucking movie and hypno porn and blah blah blah." I'm like, I'm not gonna kick the dude out just because you think he's weird. You're just a fucking porn server. We're all weird.
Degenerates.
Yeah, that's it. I can't make of, you know, the next guy's weird kink because I'm into some weird stuff. We're all into some weird stuff. It's a Sonic porn server, obviously. The one that we're in, not the other one. I don't know. So yeah, Moviesperg, I like you, dude. You're alright. You're cool.
Yeah, I'm cool.
So new guy. What's who? Me or him? Because I am.
Him.
Oh, well then him, yeah. So what's your story, new guy? What do you go by? What can we colloquially refer to you as?
Literally something. Literally what?
I have you as a.
Literally
I
who?
just made this account, so I'm anonymous.
Literally, yeah, literally who? Literally.
Literally.
That's what you're saying. Literally.
Well, no, that's cool. Anonymity, my dude. You know, hide behind that shield as long as you can. Oh shit! Hey, have any of you guys checked the threads since the conversation started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Shit,
Yeah,
I'm only just now getting caught back up on it.
Let's see someone calling AIR a dog fucker again, and brief moment about bringing up that dead. You know.
Wow, I see a bunch of replies to a deleted post, and I'm guessing it's going to be that one dude because he went to the YouTube video, the first podcast that got posted. You know, I commented on it, you know, because you know it's all like, oh, we got AWF, and I'm like, no, you don't. But like he went back to that comment that I commented on it like the other day or whatever, and cussed me out on YouTube. Jesus Christ, dude, take a pill. To anybody out there that's actually on medication, I'm sorry if that's offensive.
I'm on medication.
Well, no, okay, well, You get what I'm trying to say.
I think he's just confused. That's why he's angry a little right now.
Yeah. He's a typical bait taker. You know, somebody posts something in the thread, he believes it, and then when the actual person that they're calling a shit poster shows up, and I'm like, hey dude, what's up? I'm the real off. It's really me. What's up? He's like, oh fuck you, and leaves.
Yeah, he's just confused. I want to attribute it to him personally.
Well, hopefully he'll watch this video. You know, maybe he'll, you know, listen to the things that I've said, because I tried to address all the points that he brought up before he left. You know, because hey, you know, if this is going to be a regular thing and y'all are going to record, you know, weekly, I'll try to jump in whenever I'm available.
Yes, whenever I'm available too. Sometimes I might be available, sometimes not. Sometimes I might.
I promise.
Already be passed out, sleeping.
I promise to try not to take over every video. But again, when I first joined, that's why I didn't immediately want to jump on the mic, because I know. I'm sorry. I love talking. I just do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like, being 100% honest, this would be a very, very silent podcast if you weren't here.
No. Yeah, I watched the last one.
I mean, it was silent until you started speaking on the first one. You sounded a bit weird though.
Well, I mean, hey, I am.
But I mean, I'm talking about the TTS.
The TTS?
Text to speech.
Oh, yeah, cut that out. Don't do that.
Yeah, he admitted it wasn't really necessary to watch that part. Yeah, he said it wasn't really necessary to watch that part at all. Yeah, he admitted he knew it was cringe.
I'm not gonna lie. I did.
But lie about it so you could get a little attention. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this one will go over way better.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
like,
somehow.
Yeah, I did watch it. I did listen to the part with the text to speech to me, and I did kind of just shake my head like, oh, not this shit again.
Yeah, I really didn't listen to that part. Let me guess, it was mostly misinformation and quote satire quote.
Well, he did bring up the I gotta go beat my kids joke, and that was the part where I'm like, I'm so fucking done with this.
I mean, I think he threatened to kill me in the same sentence.
Yeah,
so.
Off doesn't beat his kids. Charmy beats his kids.
I mean, I was actually abused as a child growing up. I'm not gonna give y'all my life story. I'm not about to spend another hour talking about that. But I was abused growing up. So, like, you know, my kids, I'm not gonna raise them the same way my parents raised me. So, you know, that rumor more than any of the other one kind of irks me, because, you know, people go around thinking I beat my kids, and that's like the last fucking thing I want to do. I've popped the 4-year-old on his backside before because, you know, he's knocked something over or spilled a drink or something like that, you know, but I've never, like, hit him. I've never beaten my kids. You know, I'm talking about just kind of reaching over and being like, quit that, you know. I'm not talking about grabbing him, laying him over my lap and, like, whipping him with a leather belt or something like that, because that's not cool. Yeah. He's a kid. He's 4. He don't know what the fuck he's doing. So yeah, whenever I see people dwelling on that particular rumor, like the guy earlier, you child abuser, you fucking child abuser, it kind of bugs me a little.
I didn't realize it was so well believed when I made the first video. I didn't realize that I was stipulating something like that.
Yeah, I'm not.
I thought it was ironic, you know, but yeah, still my fault.
Oh, sorry, I was reading something. No, I did hear you though. No, dude, I'm like, I'm not. Oh, go ahead. Okay, I'll go then. I'm like not mad at you. You know, like I said, I didn't get pissed. or you know, like a lot of people assume, you know, it's that internet mentality again. The as soon as somebody like brings something up or disagrees with you about something, you know, it's, oh, you're mad. You know, it's like when I saw the video and whenever I heard the text to speech part you did, you know, your interview with me, I didn't get mad. You know, I wasn't like, oh, this fucker's spreading that rumor about me again. I better kick his ass over the internet. You know, it wasn't anything like that. You know, I just heard it and I was like, you know, just I guess more disappointed than anything. I'm like, you know, somebody's finally doing an STH podcast, and the first video they're going to do, they bring this up. It's like, come on. There's so much other stuff you could have talked about. You know, so I wasn't mad. I'm not mad at you. You know, I'm not like, you fucker, you should apologize to me for doing it. It's just like, you know, just whatever. You know better now. You've talked to me.
Yeah.
If opinion was on the other end, they'd call it rent-free.
Yeah. Oh no, trust me, I've said that plenty of times. I've got so many minds I could live in, bro. That's where the joke got started, where people say that I'm the boogeyman, because there's people in the threads that are so hung up over me, over some random dude, some random guy over the internet that writes a furry porn story, and they're just like obsessed. It's like, dude, really? I'm not that important.
But when the first thing came out, like the #1 podcast, I was kind of surprised how I don't, like you just said, I don't think anyone's truly angry about it, but how a lot of people just like there's a lot of just influx of posts, just like I was just kind of, I don't know, it was just kind of strange to me. Like I guess really no one had anything else to talk about. I didn't realize it was such a big deal.
Yeah, well, I mean, that in itself is one of the big problems that the STHG threads are going through right now. There's nothing to talk about. The IDW comics have been shut down for the whole coronavirus thing. You know, there's not really a lot of new fan content going on out there. You know, there hasn't been a new game since Forces, unless you want to talk about mobile games. There hasn't been anything for this entire thread to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this
Yeah.
pandemic's been driving everyone crazy.
I've written something before.
What'd you write?
Yeah, comedy.
It's STHG related.
Not really, it was just something with friends, but now I'm writing something semi-serious.
Hey, all power to you.
It was basically just a game of round robin. In fact, should I read off some of it?
Go ahead.
I'm not going to stop you.
Wait. I'm going to read the first page of chapter 2. It was a completely normal Sunday afternoon. The cast had gotten out of fanfiction.net universe. Tails was off doing things, and Sonic was having a sleepover with his friends. Well, Sonic, why don't you introduce yourself, bitch? Said a new character that has yet to be named. My name's Sonic the Gardener. What you see is what you get. Just a guy who loves gardening. Well, Sonic the Gardener, do you perhaps like dimensional travel? Said the man. Sure, I love doing new things, said Sonic. Meanwhile, Tails was at his house. It's a bit late, so I should probably get to bed, said Tails, yawning. One of the writers should be in bed right now due to it being 12 a.m. while writing this, but sleep is for the weak.
I love the meta.
Tails got into his comfortable bed and wanted to doze off until enter stage left, the comedy Golden Boys. I'll stop now.
I like it. I like it.
I'm personally a fan of self-aware meta comedy.
Yeah.
Bro, are you yawning?
No. I appreciate I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Cool. Let's do a spotlight reading section. Hey, Moviesperg, you got anything?
No, not right now.
I've written some stuff too, but I don't think I should read mine over YouTube. Somebody did that one time though.
Yeah. I could read you some of my essays for school.
Shit,
About,
lay it on me.
It's an actual essay. It's not funny or anything. Well, I guess that's it, right? If no one else has anything to talk about.
Well, I mean, I could talk all fucking night if y'all wanted to. I just don't think anybody wants to listen to me talk all night.
No.
Oh, come on, dude. You didn't actually have to say no.
Sorry.
Yeah, we've been
No,
going
that's good. I mean,
hour and 56 minutes.
shit. Gotta monetize that video, buddy.
I think we're already past that by a large margin.
Lots of
10 minutes.
I mean, y'all got AWF. You've got the Boogeyman right here. Does anybody else have any other questions, comments?
This might be another hour question, but what's the relation between you and Slashy?
Oh, motherfucker! You just asked the $1 million question. I'm actually not gonna get too deep into that question because Slashy's not here to counter any points I might bring up or to defend himself, and I don't want to devolve into talking shit about somebody that's not here. But basically, when I first joined the sthg server, there were already people that didn't like Slashy, and I kind of felt like they looked at him the same way as they looked at me. He was somebody that was outside of their circle. He was somebody that they just picked on. That he was just he was a meme name fag shit poster, and everybody just gave him shit and blah blah blah. So when I first joined sthg, me and Slashy were pretty cool. I've actually done some commission work for Slashy before. I've written for him. And that's where everything went wrong. That was about the point I started realizing that me and him were not cut out to be friends. So we're not anymore. I don't make a habit of going around talking shit about him. I'm just not about that. But I've been in contact with other people that feel the same way about Slashy that I do now. And we all have kind of compared notes like, hey, what'd he do to you? This is what he did to me. This is why I don't like him. But again, without him being here, I'm not going to sit here and spend a long time, dragging his name through the mud. There are people that like Slashy. There are people that done commission work for Slashy, and they're fine with doing, more commission work for Slashy. And if they want to, man, more power to them. Make that money. But me, I will never take another dollar from Slashy. I will never write another story for him. And I just kind of try to leave it at that. We have very different opinions on certain things, and he can like what he likes, and he can dislike what he likes, and I can like what I like and dislike what I like. Just leave it at that.
Yeah, I kind of have a relationship with Slashy too, but let's not get into that right now.
That's right, I heard the story over and over again.
Anything else? Any other little tidbits? So, who's you guys' favorite waifus?
Tangle / Whisper.
It's gotta be,
I knew yours.
It's gotta be Blaze.
Blaze. Oh, he's a Blaze man. What about you, Literal?
You
Which-
abstain from such unholy things.
Blaze.
Nice.
Well, I'm sure it's pretty clear that if I had my pick of any character, it would be, everybody's favorite OC. Tempest. I really like her character. Okay, I can't give away spoilers because I can't tell you about stuff. But she's not the Mary Sue that everybody accuses her of. She's got some really really interesting.
She's cool design wise, but I just dislike how in the first few things he just Sonic. Look at that, Sonic.
Yeah.
She's just
Okay.
someone for Sonic to talk to. She
I
can
can
shine in the
100.
future, but I don't like how she's just a tool just to put it into comparison.
And
Plot tool.
I 100% agree with you on that. I 100% agree with you on that. The first 4 issues of the story were already written by the time I joined, so I didn't have any input on the issues that are already out now. They were written before I joined, but I am not a fan of the first issue, or how she was introduced, or how she was handled for the first couple issues. And since they've come out, several of the other staff members have even looked back and been like, yeah, we could have done better. But anybody who has read the Sonic Legacy comic, the fifth issue is out. As of the 5th issue, Tempest, the Dolphin Girl, is out of the picture. She got hurt. She got left at the hospital. By the time she woke up, Sonic had left. He's doing his own thing without her. She was real upset about it. But as of issue 6, again, can't give away too many spoilers here, but as of issue 6, Tempest is out of the picture, and Sonic is going to have a new traveling companion. That's actually going to be a familiar face. It's not going to be another OC. Huh?
Pals.
My favorite Sonic character. I think.
Again, I can't give away too many secrets.
By the way, which version of Sonic 2 are they adapting? The cover and from what I've seen, they seem to be adapting the 8-bit version. Are they going for both versions, or are they just adapting one version?
Okay, so they've said that the Legacy comic is I should say we is based on the games, and it is, but it's not based on like the literal 100%. We're just taking the games and turning them into a comic type thing. So basically,
spring light.
Yes, there's spring zone. Yes, we only hear that 500 times a day.
Spring light.
But yeah, so I'm actually not sure which version of Sonic 2 it's going to be based on. But it basically draws inspiration from all of them. It's a comic adaptation of the games, but it's not the games in a comic format, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sounds about
There's
right.
again, I can't give too much stuff away, but we're actually, there's gonna be comic characters that weren't in the games. We've already released some of the concept art and pictures of Sally Acorn. She was in IDW. IDW. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Don't kill me for that. She was an Archie comic character.
And one episode of ASF
the Christmas special, wasn't it?
Yeah.
See, I know stuff.
Wait, can I mention how I dislike Orbot and Cubot? They're just boring versions of Scratch and Grounder.
I know. See, I like Orbot and Cubot. They're my favorites. But then again, I
What about their what about their incarnations in Sonic X?
Yeah,
Boko and Doko?
Much.
Yeah, I think them.
I actually remember everything about Sonic X except for those two. So I wonder if that's saying something. I don't remember a lot about Boko and Doko.
I remember the black little one. I forgot with
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
he had a TV, and he would show like messages on it.
Bokun.
There you go. I think, or maybe I don't know. It's something with a B.
It's Bokun.
Bokken. Bless.
Hmm.
What were we talking about?
Legacy.
Oh yeah. So
Honestly,
we are.
Honestly, Hilltop and Sky High Zone could work well together.
Oh, I can't tell you what zones we're using and how we're gonna use them or anything like that. But you know, if they're in the games, chances are they're gonna be used or at least referenced or something. Even if they're out of order, we can always go back and address, you know, Spring Yard Zone.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
After watching the Something About animation, it honestly Spring looks like hell to live in. Imagine just trying to sleep at night and just hearing the sound of bumpers and springs. Boing, 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 boing.
And did you guys hear that? Like when I said something?
I did not.
No. Okay.
I don't know what y'all think. Y'all think y'all have more You think you'll have more people join in next time?
Maybe, but I think it's gonna be the same people.
It's like what the Anon said the other day. I saw somebody posted something. We can hear you humming now if that's what you were asking. But after you posted your first video, somebody's like, "Oh, why did he say he had AFW and not Moviesperg Slashy in there?" And somebody made a post that was like, "Oh, it's like a carnival attraction. Come all, come see the unbelievable AWF." It's like, hell, I'm here now, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wonder how many people will like not join because I'm here. You know, it's just that stigma.
Well, maybe once they start listening, they'll be like, "Oh, you know, this guy's a real person."
If they do,
Or
that's
they're going
cool.
to double down.
You know, if yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If they do, that's cool. If they don't, then you know, whatever. It can't get any worse, right? Right.
Hopefully.
Right.
Famous last words.
I can't believe that dude went and cussed me out on YouTube.
I think I'll be talking to him on Friday.
No, I mean don't stress yourself out over it.
No. I still believe in friends of him. So.
Yeah, no, I mean if that's somebody you know, I'm not shit talking him or anything. I'm honestly like it doesn't bother me that much.
Well, I'll hear him out probably Friday. So.
Yeah.
And then it'll
again, if he wants to have opinions about me, that's fine. The only thing I get upset at is you know you're trying to do a podcast. You're trying to have an actual like conversation here. Don't bust up into the middle of the conversation and just act like an animal just because you don't like somebody. That's not cool, dude. You're ruining everybody's fun.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean he seems to dislike me because he thinks I'm a shit poster, and yet that's how he responded. You know, that's what gets me.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to kind of rush this to close, but I gotta go do stuff. So, do you have any closing
I'm gonna go play
thoughts?
some Fortnite.
Good for you.
Ah.
Try and beat fucking Gunship Cavalry in Lego Star Wars, the original version. Who make the nice dramatic flight level? That's also side scrolls. Honestly,
Do you have
All right,
anything to say?
literally, dude. Huh?
Do you have anything to say? Literally, Anon too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, dude. You know, hey, next time, I'll let you talk first.
Cool. All right. I mean, I guess. Do you want to plug anything, AFW? I don't really think you have.
Willie spends a bunch of time talking about Legacy. That counts as a plug, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I really need to. I don't need to plug anything. Go read my comic. It's not my comic, by the way. I just work there.
Are you working on anything?
But yeah, no. Hey, as a matter of fact, Moviesperg.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you working on anything? You have any projects or anything you want to mention?
Tanglecoff fanfic, that is all.
What about you, literally? Do you have any place to find your writing, or?
Yeah, I'm just working on it. Still working on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You do. So do you want me to send me a link or something?
By the way, have you ever seen something called? Actually, never mind.
No, I'll wait till it's finished.
Are you sure? Literally.
Audio log 1 transcript.
I'm sure.
We need to do like a talking stick or something. Because...
If you're if you're looking for plugs that are sthg related, I can throw a few names out there. I can get you some more information before the next video.
I have plugs in my room.
A lot of writers and artists associated with sthg. I charge my phone in a plug every night, but you know, there's a lot of really good talented artists and writers that anybody from the threads, you know, there's a lot of new people in the threads, so there's a lot of artists.
Yeah, I mean, I still like, I think the anatomy, I still like having Anons here, but yeah, definitely some people can come on here.
Well, no. What I was saying is they're like known artists. You know, they don't post anonymously. They have, you know, like Twitter accounts and writing accounts and stuff where they post their art. And what I'm saying is I can get you some of their contact information. So like in the next video, you could post it. You could be like, hey, these are some of the sthg artists. You know, go check out their stuff. Go commission them. Go, you know, support the artists.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about now. That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I mean, if this is going to be an sthg podcast, then you know we might as well shield the sthg artists.
Of course, yeah.
All right, I'll try to look some of that up. I'm not in
Nebrock.
Well, yeah, Nibby. He was in the server before I left. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he's an official artist.
Yeah, he did stuff for XSW last year. Yeah, it was one of Aaron's memes, but still stuff.
Well, look, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I could be here all night, and I know you are trying to wrap this up. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. When do you think the video is gonna be posted?
Yeah, but
probably
tomorrow.
Probably mid tomorrow, or I guess 12 PST tomorrow, because YouTube is weird. Yeah.
It takes a while to update it. I'll be looking out for it. When I get it, I'll share it in a couple other Sonic related servers I'm in that know about the blue boards. So I mean, yeah, maybe we could, you know, drum up a little bit more attention. But yeah, I'm gonna go play some Fortnite. Gotta level up that battle pass. Gotta get first place. I'll catch you guys in the threads later.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
See you.
Bye. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go now too and try and beat fucking Gunsip Cavalry. Bye. Fuck Gunsip Cavalry.
Of course. Goodbye. Oh, he literally.
There is no God.
Oh. I guess that's it. That's the end of episode 2. So right now it is May 23rd, 2020, and that's it.